Welcome once again to Andrew White, and we have friend John Price. Welcome, both of you. Andrew, I'm going to let you introduce John. He goes back a long way, doesn't he?
Well, John Price and I became friends. We can't even remember how many years ago,
1989.
1989. I looked after him when he first came to Cambridge. And what did I give you? I gave you Thornton Mason's tea.
Yeah, an Earl Grey. An Earl Grey.
Earl Grey tea.
It went down well. Rodney. Especially my wife.
And clotted cream.
Wonderful.
That's turned into something very healthy. It used to be considered a short while ago not healthy, but they reckon it's done you two no harm.
Done us a great deal of good. And John is now 82, 81, and we were just students in Cambridge at the time.
But I was older, Rodney.
An older student. Were you doing theology there at Cambridge?
Yes. We met at Ridley Hall to do theology, and Andrew was already there and very actively involved with outreach on reconciliation with the students even then.
Golly, my goodness me.
Yes.
Now, look, when you go to college, you usually find that they teach you how not to believe. Was that Cambridge?
That's partly the story. They always try to strip you down bare and then put you back together, they used to say, with your theology.
But they never did with us.
No.
I love Jesus as much as when I left as when I arrived.
We relied more on Jesus than we did on the academics.
Well, yes, I know. I've been through the same mill, and it does you good when you come out the other side. If you come out the other side.
Indeed.
You were involved in Coventry Cathedral, weren't you?
Well, after we left college, Andrew went on to do other things, and eventually I went to work for a mission agency, and that's where our paths crossed again in 1990 when Andrew was made a canon at Peterborough Cathedral, and I was looking after some of the
Coventry Cathedral.
Coventry Cathedral. I'm sorry. Coventry Cathedral was 33, and he had to wait to be the same age as Jesus. Can you believe that? Before you make him a canon?
Because I was only 32.
Yeah.
So I had to wait 3 days until I was 33.
Yeah. Ironic. And then other things happened along the way with regard to working overseas in Jerusalem and all the rest of it, which we kept in touch all those years. And in fact, my wife and I went to Andrew and Caroline's wedding when Donald Coggan took that service, didn't he, Andrew?
Yeah.
Very good. And we got a number of people that came in our circle of friends that we had mutual contact with via them.
Now, Coventry Cathedral is famous worldwide. A phoenix from the ashes. But spiritually, it got it right. Is it still right, or has it followed the demise of Anglicanism today?
John is back in the Coventry diocese, and it looks now as if it's quite good.
Very good. We've got the previous bishop moved on. Bishop Christopher is now at Windsor, and the new bishop, Sophie, is very much a leading light for the evangelical wing of the church, you could say, on mission, because that's some of her background in her ministry. And we're doing very well, actually. There's a lot of new initiatives taking place and a lot of outreach. And fortunately, in a way, you could say, she put in a new team together, which she inherited a number of vacancies of a Bishop of Warwick and 2 archdeacons, and the dean have all gone. So she's now assembling her own team, if you like. So it's a good start for her.
Yeah, it's a bit of a famous saying, isn't it? The curate's egg.
Yes.
That does sum up the Anglican Church at the moment. In the
other thing is, can anything good come out of Coventry?
Yeah.
A bit like Nazareth.
Yes, indeed.
can anything good come out of Nazareth?
I was talking to the bishop, Rodney, and she said she left Doncaster, and they said, "Oh, we're sending you to Coventry." And when she came to preach at our church, I said, "I don't think that's correct." I said, "You were called, you weren't sent to Coventry." She had a laugh.
Yes, either way. What are your feelings at the moment? Because I was saying about the curate's egg, you've got the progressive end of Anglicanism, and a lot of people are just shrugging their shoulders and giving up.
All
And yet,
going woolly liberal and woke.
But there is another spark there, Rodney, where there's this quiet renewal going on. Quiet renewal. I'm in the Diocese Evangelical Fellowship, and we had a guy come to speak to us the other day, and he was saying under the radar, there's quite some healthy inquiries being made now by young people who have seen all through the issues of materialism and looking for something with a deeper meaning that is constant. I mean, the only constant is change, but they're looking for something that will have a more meaningful lifestyle to offer them than currently the multimedia does.
well, we've mentioned this a number of times, Andrew, haven't we? That GB News features only
Yes.
for a minute a day, a sort of reflection program. They've pinched our title, and it's brilliant. It really gets home to the ordinary guy and gal,
Yes.
and is refreshingly, openly Christian, not woke, not progressive, down to earth. So,
And we go on that when we can.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
so it's not all doom and gloom.
Not at all.
Where do you fellowship at the moment? Now you're retired.
Where do I what?
Fellowship at the moment. Now you're retired.
I'm next door to the cathedral at Holy Trinity in Coventry.
Right.
But also, I mean, there's a good team there, so I only help when necessary because there's the homegrown leader. Younger people are doing things now, so I'm also helping with interregnums, as you'd expect, being a retired priest. So
Yes.
that's filling my time in where they're waiting to fill vacancies.
Nobody's bought you a guitar for the worship group then?
I think they've heard me sing.
Well,
That's a no-no.
Finally, can you tell us what you were up to in your time in Jerusalem?
Oh, yes.
Well, we were very involved in some of the early reconciliation work between Jews and Palestinians. So we were Jews, Arabs, and all the other types. And we loved it. And we've kept that as a central feature in our ministry. But it's wonderful seeing John again with his wife Cynthia. And the thing that we are still passionate about is our love of God and our faithful service of Jesus and needing to display his Holy Spirit in the most radical way possibly. And that is what we're doing.
To answer your earlier question, Rodney, about what's going under the radar that's not made much of by students, Warwick University students were recently asked in this context of what is meaningful to you today? And they're saying such questions as they want more focus on identity, power, and society, because that matters to them more than anything, rather than, being sidetracked into quick fix. They want to see, for example, we see a lot of activity with regard to political observation for the country, what's going on, what's in it for not just the politicians, but the country as a whole. And also, mainly, such things as the recent conflict is making young people think of what a future we have, what you're going to leave us as a legacy, whatever it is, internationally or locally.
Yes, it's difficult times, especially for the younger people. Some
Yes.
of them are very down at the moment. They can't get on the property ladder. They can't get a decent job at the right stage. But there is encouragement in other things because there is a type of freedom in the United Kingdom which still we cherish. And as it's been said by many people, including some politicians, we have to get back to our Judeo-Christian roots to solve the problem.
Yeah.
And that's one of the wonderful things that people are realizing. Without our Abrahamic foundation and our Mosaic links, we have nothing. But with those things which come from the Torah, which come from the message of Moses, which come from the message of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount, we have hope. And this is an age of hope. So John and I together today are celebrating hope.
Yeah.
And we underline it with those great Coventry words, Father, forgive.
We won't disturb you any longer. It's a famous reunion, this. I'll let you get on to party time.
Wonderful, Rodney. Blessings and love.
Bye, Rodney.